We're so blessed to have such great people that work behind the show with Hart and Steven. They've really created something that we have grown with in 9 seasons and now going into our 10th season. And to be able to work day in and day out with Emily, who is just not only a beautiful person inside and out and makes my job so much easier. Yes, Emily. And so we're blessed, and going into this 10th season and leaving the 9th season last year and where we kind of left off and where we're going now is going to be a fun journey for all of you to witness.
Yeah, the 3-minute teaser trailer for season 10 is out online. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's really cool. It's nice and gory as we've come to expect, but also funny and has dancing and everything involved. So
there's no dancing.
There's no dancing in it?
No, I didn't see dancing.
I thought there was dancing in it.
Really?
No.
Am I dancing?
I thought you were dancing.
I don't know. I may have been dancing. I may probably dancing to try to get away from the people that are beating me up.
I promise I'm not hallucinating David dancing in the trailer.
Yeah, no, I was getting beaten up.
Yeah.
Getting beaten up?
I got punched.
Yeah.
Well, it was really artfully choreographed.
I don't know, where was I dancing?
You weren't dancing.
I don't know.
I don't know, yeah. How about a question?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Yesterday in the James Marsters panel, someone asked him if Buffy loved Spike more than Angel, and he said that, well, Angel was her first love, Spike was her more mature love, and I was wondering what your take on this was.
Quite honestly, I think Buffy and Angel's love is eternal, so eternal. Eternal just morphs everything. Next question.
Hi.
I'm curious how Joss Whedon and David Greenwald told you that you were going to have your own show in the 3rd season of Buffy, and what your reaction was.
Well, I was working on Buffy at the time, and then Joss called me up and I said, I'd like to talk to you tomorrow, and I thought I was going to get fired. So, and then he said, no, it's a good thing, and I said, okay, I still think I'm going to get fired. Went into his office, and at the time we were doing it was a period piece where I had long hair that was not fitting or right, and a wig that was completely obnoxious for that time, and an Irish accent that was butchered. So, I went in and he said, we're thinking about doing the spin-off series, and David's going to run with it, and I'm going to assist in it. And I said, well, what do you mean you're going to assist in it? What does that mean? And he's like, well, I'll be there, but I won't be there. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? Which means he'll write it and pass it on and overlook the scripts. And I think I was so focused on what I was doing at the time, so I didn't really get a chance to absorb that. And then I left the office. I called my dad, and I said, they just offered me my own spin-off series, and it was, it was like, wow, this is amazing, but I was still concerned about my bad accent that I was doing for that scene. And so, but I think that's pretty much how I operate. I don't really think about too much what's going to be coming. I focus really on what the work is in front of me, and so if I look back at it, I was just kind of numb to the experience of it because I was working on a scene.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey there.
Hi, David. I just want you to know that I was a big fan of Buffy and Angel, and it got me through my mom's cancer. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's very kind.
She became a closet fan. She was never going to admit to it.
Yeah.
Loved you on Bones.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I wanted to ask you this. You branched out into directing. What are some of your influences? I'm sure you've learned a lot from Hart Hansen and Joss Whedon.
As far as directing is concerned,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I think I take a lot of my inspiration through different movies that I've watched in the past. I really love the way Goodfellas was shot. So if you can understand my way of shooting, I kind of move the camera around a lot, and I like heavy foreground and focus pulls, and I think I've learned now while doing it more and more so that I'm trying to create more of a flavor of my style of directing, with using more long lenses and understanding, when to get off a crane, when to use a crane. So efficiently, I think, but I also think instinctively, and I try to make the actors feel extremely open to their rehearsal process and have them find what they need to find and not put them in a corner, more or less. So I work around that with giving some energy to the shots and whatnot. So For me, it's the inspiration would come from studying film back at Ithaca College and watching old movies. So that's pretty much where I got that from.
Thank you, sir.
You're actually going to be directing a milestone episode this season, correct?
Yeah, 200th episode, which we were talking about that the other day, and when we did the 100th episode, Emily gave a toast and said, well, we'll just do another 100 episodes, and I almost choked. Well, here we are. And yeah, I'm fortunate to be directing it, and I'm excited about it. It's definitely going to be different. I know Steve and Nathan and Hart are going to be writing that.
Cool. Well, congrats.
Hi. So I told you in the photo line that I waited 10 years for this. You were here for the last season of Angel, and I was actually at that panel and asked you a really lame question. But I didn't know about photos and all those at the time, so I'm really appreciative of you being back here and taking the time to do this. But my question is that 60% of the Angel cast is here, and I was wondering, would you ever be interested or willing to do an Angel panel, because we love the show so much.
That's so sweet of you. Yeah, I mean, I know, I get it. Again, I operate in a very strange way. I'm sorry. I work pretty much presently in what I'm doing, and I think I do that for just purposes of this is what I'm working on now, this is what I'm doing, and I'm so fortunate to be able to come to this specific place in Chicago and do a panel and talk about Bones and talk about my past shows and projects. But I kind of focus on doing that only to answer your question. Sorry to disappoint you. But
You're still good looking, I still love you.
All right, thank you.
Well, I would imagine that when you're acting, when you're directing, when you're focusing so much on a show for 200 episodes, yeah, that takes a lot out of you. Like, it's easy to get distracted if you start looking at other things, right?
It's not necessarily the distraction of it, and it is, you're so focused in doing the work. To come out here, we had to double up a day, and production allowed me to come out, and the night before I shot like 5 scenes, which was very heavy exposition and the interrogating people, conference rooms, and you know, there are sacrifices that are made within the production in order to help accommodate people to come out to these events, which I love to do because this is my favorite thing to do, is a panel, to be able to really talk to the fans and the people and meet them, and I really enjoy that.
Hi there.
My name is Alejandro. I just like to thank you for coming out. My question is, I know you work on like 3 shows, so I was just wondering, like, how do you, behind the scenes, do you do anything like funny, so like it's not always on edge?
Yeah, I mean, Bones is pretty comical. I don't know, maybe you
I
catch
hope
it
you're
when
picking up on the comedy and Bones.
Angel and Buffy, I meant.
Oh, well, that was a quite an intense cult show. I mean, we're dealing with dark leather coats and people walking in underneath the sewer lines and sharp lighting and things flying all over the place and killing. So, yeah, I mean, behind the scenes, always, yeah, I was a bit of a card, still am. I mean, I enjoyed practical jokes, dancing around, keeping people loose on the set. Yeah. I found my sense of humor to become overwhelming at times and distracting, which I enjoy to kind of push the button a few times, which I did quite often.
Thank you. Actually, let's take a question from the Frankly Chat app. Brian Smith wants to know, would you ever consider doing a strictly comedic role?
Sure, yeah. I mean, if it's done with complete honesty, I think that if you really commit to what that role is, I would definitely do it, yeah.
There you go, Brian Smith. Hi there.
Hey, I just got booed.
Whoa.
It catches you off guard at first.
And take a step back from the microphone.
Hey, I just got back from Afghanistan last month. I'm on leave right now, so thank you for making my vacation memorable.
Hey, thank you for your service, man. Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
It's great, thank you.
So my question is actually about the booth and the military and the law enforcement aspect. Where do you get your influences from? Do you have veterans you talk to?
Well, when I created the character and brought things into him, I wanted to be a little bit kind of different and take some sense of creative license with that, and which I know that the people that work in the FBI don't wear crazy socks and pens that undress themselves and things and props. That, I mean, the way he does things is not really to the book. He's pretty much a instinctual kind of a guy and reacts from his gut. But I worked with a U.S. Marshal guy, no one in particular that served. There were some people that were there that fought, and I kind of picked their brains. But that's my level of intensity as far as working with people that have been over there and are soldiers and just picking their brains.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name, man?
Jared.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you, Jared.
Hi there.
Hey David, my name's Mike. Came from Detroit for this first ever Comic-Con. Having a blast. I loved you on Buffy, and I loved you on Angel. And one of my other favorites on Angel was the host, Andy Hallett. And I was wondering if you could share any great stories or fun times that you had with him.
Well, Andy was always laughing, and he was always kind of spreading his joy and his humor and his energy, which in itself was fantastic to be around. Someone who the two of us would always, compare jackets and where his jacket came from because it was very loud. But a great, beautiful soul that was taken way too early from us, and it just every day he was hard for him because he had, I think, endured 2 hours of makeup just to get into that character, and he was a trooper. And but behind that was a great person and someone who was a lot of fun to work with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, David. I think we all feel Bones should last forever, but it likely won't.
Don't say that.
Take it back.
How dare you, sir?
There's this guy, Joss. He has some pull at this company called Marvel. I guess I'm just wondering, when are you going to start actively campaigning for the role of Doctor Strange?
I think that putting out a campaign and going down that road is, for me, something that is, if it fits, it fits. I don't really want to, I'm right for this role, or I tend to operate. Thank you. And I appreciate that. I really do. I think that's great. And I think it's just, for me, it's a path of going on to the next project or whatever that is, and what makes sense for where I am in my life and how I can relate that to the next character that I play. So there have been some odd choices that I have picked in the past, but I think that I would look back and say that I wouldn't change it because I've learned from them. So look, would I love to do a film with, I guess, flying capes and green screens all around me? I don't know. I really don't know. And I probably would have to say that it would be really fun to do something like that. But then again, you have people that are at studios that will bank on other stars that are more bankable as far as where their career is. So it is what it is for people in casting. And if it's right, it's right.
Thank you.
And you might want to see your family occasionally after filming 22 episodes. Yeah. Hi there.
Hi. So I was just wondering.
Do you have a beard?
Yeah. Take time to, yeah.
I'm Gandalf the Grey.
Yes, you are.
There was no doubt about that, yeah.
Of course you are.
I was just wondering.
Speak in his voice, please. I mean, complete the part. You're like,
I know, right?
50% there. You're not committed. At least try. Say something.
So I was just wondering.
Yes, there we go. I like that. Oh, that works. Nailed it. You really nailed it. Okay, go back to speaking regularly.
So in
Please.
10 seasons of Bones, I was just wondering what your favorite episode to film was.
It's tough because there's a lot of episodes to go back at, and Emily and I were kind of talking about that last week, how fun we had on certain episodes. The ones that stick out for me is when we went to London. It was such an amazing experience to be able to take somewhat of our crew over to London and shoot within the streets and those people, and I really enjoyed where the characters were at that time. we did a sequence and when Boots was in a cab or driving a car or just missing a cab. And we had this shot lined up and we had to close a specific part of the street down and we had a window of opportunity. So Ian was directing this episode and Hard was there. They told me to get in the car and do this because we had to do it quick. And I just continued to drive and almost literally got into a roundabout that we didn't block off. And really had a cab driver who really got upset with me. And it was dangerous. And I thought he was actually an extra in a cab. I didn't know that. And we continued and the scene came out fantastic. It was great and it was real. But people could have died. It was bad. But that episode, the pilot episode, I really liked. I also liked the episode where we were trapped in the elevator, which was a lot of fun to do because it was fun directing that. So,
thank you. Love your work, Gandalf. Keep it up.
Great work.
I didn't know you had like such famous fans. That's easy. It's pretty big, all the way from Middle Earth. Hi.
Hi. First of all, I would just like to say that you rock.
All right, thank you.
And I was wondering, did you prefer working on Buffy or Angel, and why?
Oh, I preferred playing the character, and wherever the character would take me. It's a politically incorrect question, or answer, I should say. I enjoyed the character, and I enjoyed his frowning broodiness. Yes. That makes sense.
Hi. So you said that you focus on each role as it comes pretty hard. Did you ever have, between your roles, a difficult transition?
Yes, you mean as far as, that's a very good question. Because I'm still transitioning out of them, I think. It's been a while, I'm still holding on to them, I think.
Yeah?
In a strange way. No. It is somewhat easier to do once you're done because you've exasperated that. When we were, I don't know. So from particularly doing it like a character and then going to back to Bones, or are you just particularly thinking just any kind of character?
Just in general.
Oh, in general.
Like, because you go from one to the other to the other.
Yes.
That one that was really like, oh my god, I'm having a really
Hard time. No, I did something for DirecTV called Full Circle, which I was really proud of because it was just manic character and there was massive amounts of monologues that I had to kind of do. And I would think I was just so excited to be done that. That was an easier transition, but when it was in it was very heavy. That makes sense.
Thank you.
Good question.
Yeah. Another one really answer it.
It was good for that reason. It was like Stump the David segment. Yeah,
sure, I got stumped.
Another question from the Frankly Chat app. Dorothy B wants to know, how much are you involved with Chrome Girl? Parentheses, I love all the colors, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's a great product line that my wife designed and created with her best friend Melissa Rabo, and the two of us got together, and her husband Aaron, and the four of us came up with this. Came up with this great company for which I just support and independently push, and they're doing great. They're on HSN. They're blossoming. They're taking over the Canadian Airways with the NHL line. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and but that's Jamie's business, and she's doing a great job with it.
All right, thanks, Dorothy B. Hi there.
Hi, I've been watching you since I was 6.
6 years old. Wow.
So 2/3 of my life, and I have.
Wait, 2/3 of your life so far. How old are you now?
I am 18. I just turned 18 August 1st.
Okay.
Amazing.
And I really noticed that you are very good at using just your face and your eyes to express things with your acting. And I was wondering if I
went to school for that.
Yeah, I was wondering
It's called waking up in the morning and adjusting to light. And the other part was just going out and having a good time drinking. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering, how do you do that? Because I get so much more out of your characters just by watching your face and your eyes.
Wow, I've never heard that before, but thank you. That's exciting. I must do more muscle techniques with my eyes and mouth and really project those out there. Yeah, I've never really thought of that. But I think there's something to be said for concentrating on the simplest things and make it a less than and more. So obviously, it's working because you like it.
Yeah, I really do.
It's really cool. Thank you.
It's what makes you one of my favorite actors because I get so much more from it.
Thank you so much. That's great.
You're welcome.
Wow, 6.
So we'll do the rest of the panel just by you answering with your eyes.
Great idea.
So, pick up that. Hi.
Don't do that now. Then.
Oh, I will not.
Hi, David. I'm Sam. First of all, welcome to Black Hawk Country, sir.
Thank you for having me. See, did you hear I did not smack talk back? I only do that on Twitter and I get in trouble. Because people get upset on Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Okay, so my question is, my favorite episode of Angel is I Will Remember You. The one where you turn human for a day. And the part that gets me is when they're turning back the clock and it's you and Buffy and crying and the emotion and all that. You know what
Weepy stuff.
Yeah. So you ripped my heart out. So I was just wondering, how was that for you emotionally? What? Tell us about it. I just want to know about it.
Do you really want to know about it?
I really.
Okay, I would like you to say, let's go Flyers. I think that's fair.
I think
Yes.
it's totally fair.
For you, anything. Let's go Flyers!
I like that. Yes, yes. In Black Hawk Country. Yes. You are so in trouble.
Wait, is that
your husband or boyfriend is going so mad right now? You are so out. You're so done. You're done. You just cursed your team for a damn answer for a Buffy question. How could you do that? I would definitely say no. I'd walk away from that podium and say, screw you. Go Hawks. How could you?
Well, to be honest,
Oh my God.
I really like
This is all wrong. Security, usher this woman out of the state of Chicago, out of Illinois. Now,
She's sold out so
she is not going to the United Center anymore.
You know what? I couldn't even tell you the first thing about hockey.
Smart. Very smart.
Wait, is that your husband right there?
No.
Oh, no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Your action, and thank God I did so.
Yeah, there it goes. Yes, so but to answer your question, I don't really remember what was happening during that time. I do remember that, I don't know. I really don't remember what happened.
There was a lot of tears.
Tears? Oh,
heartache,
jeez,
and
hard tears. Wow.
ripping of my soul.
Really? I said that?
No, I felt that.
Oh.
Wait, your soul was ripped.
Convinced me.
Yeah, I'm sure Angels was as well, but
Oh, I convinced you.
you totally.
That's amazing. I don't remember what the hell I was doing. I mean, quite honest with you, I loved it, and it was an amazing experience. I have no idea where I was, what I was doing, but I remember I was wearing black. That's all he wore.
Actually, it wasn't
No, but yeah. Did I? Can you remind me what the scene was?
I mean, if you need me to act it out with you, absolutely. But
Oh no, not with a Blackhawks fan. No, I can't do that. We can talk hockey all day. This is great.
people hate me for taking so much time, so I'm going to make this quick.
Okay.
Okay. So Buffy,
Yes.
Angel.
Oh yes, it was
I took
great.
back the
No, it was
day.
emotional. Yes,
Yeah.
I took back the day. It was great. Great moment, experience for obviously for the character to go and make the transitional leap to be vulnerable. And I think that that's what enhanced the character, obviously, when we grew with him and watched him grow. Is that right?
Sounded good.
It sounded good. I just scored.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're great. Thank you so much.
You know what was also great? When you got that lady to sell out the Blackhawks. I got that drop of that. That was great.
Her out.
Hi there, how are you?
Hi. I just want to tell you that you're my hero, and I was wondering if you would be my first kiss. and you would kiss me?
Oh, slow down.
He is a very down. I'm gonna step in on that one.
There you go.
And say probably not. Because I did warn Chicago about not getting too weird at this panel. And I don't want to put that guy in that situation, but
It's very, very kind of you to ask.
but
The answer would be no. But thank you.
You're welcome.
but you can have an air kiss from me. Not that you asked for it. But, there you go. She's like, I didn't want it. Take it back. Yeah.
Okay, then my next question.
Oh, you have a next question?
Yes,
All right.
I do.
Quickly.
Okay. How did you get started in acting?
Oh, well, we're going back in time a little bit there. I think I was always interested in somewhat getting involved with the art of making people laugh, cry, be angry, or whatever. I was a very dramatic kid. When I had to do my homework, my mom would just say, save it for the screen, or when you're getting paid. That's what all she said to me. And I think I just had these outbursts of emotions and I didn't really know how to contain them. So I was always, when I moved from New York to Philadelphia and I saw The King and I saw Yul Brynner on stage, I was pretty much in tune with his intensity and how he came out as the king, and that influenced me a lot. And the theater always influenced me to kind of go out there and be afraid and create a fourth wall and really bring an audience into what your energy is. So I think that's how I pretty much know how I started the insight into getting involved into the aspect of being an actor and entertaining my friends in college. I didn't study, like Shakespeare. I really am a kind of a student of Sam Shepard and kind of experiencing life. I came out here to LA and I did plays, and I study now with Ivana Chubbuck, who I think is my hero and goddess, who's given me such strength to break barriers and walls inside of myself. So there you go.